What do you mean by demagnetization?
Sir, demagnetization means
the losing of the magnetic property of a magnet.
One by one, both at a time. If you say, definitely we can't understand anything. Tell me, what do you mean by demagnetization? Who will say? Pragya, say.
Sir, by demagnetization, it means that the loss of the property of magnetism.
Right. So whatever the magnetic property is there, if that magnetic property is lost, then it will be called demagnetization. Now, can you say, now so far what we learned how we can magnetize a material. Can anybody say how we can demagnetize a material? How we magnetize a material?
Sir, there are many ways to demagnetize a material. Like we can throw it from a height, or we can put it on a hot surface or hammer it. And if it is damaged, it can demagnetize.
Okay. Now see here, how we can demagnetize it. Generally, demagnetization can be done by heating this particular magnet.
Sir, actually, I didn't get how we make it through electrical method. Can you just repeat the electrical method? Because I got single touch and double touch method, but I didn't get the electrical method.
Okay. So let me say again. In electrical method, what we do is we take a magnetic material, and that magnetic material will be wounded in a copper wire, and you know that copper wire is a good electrical conductor through which electrical current can flow. And whenever current flows through it, then what happens is whatever that magnetic material is there, that magnetic material will get magnetized. That means some magnetic properties will be induced in it. And all these methods are induction methods only. Induction method, actually induction means what?
Giving it the power of magnetic something like that. I know what is induction actually.
Right, maybe you know that nowadays induction cookers are there, isn't it? Right.
Yes, sir, induction cookers are there.
Induction stoves, not cookers, stoves are there. Okay, now induction means what? Either with a touch or without a touch also. What we can do is we can create few properties into that. So induction method all these methods whatever are there will be called induction method. And in this induction method, either direct touching will be there, and in some of the cases direct touching will not be there. So if touching is there, you can also call it as induction method. Even though it is not touching, then also it will be called induction method. Now like this here,
like I have read the ebook, and in that I have seen that in the electrical method there is something they are showing, like in the soft iron they are keeping cardboard tubes both the sides, then connecting it to a battery and something, and all they have written there.
okay, that only I am saying. No, here magnetic material is there, some iron rod is there, and for iron rod what we took, copper wire we wounded it, and after wounding it, this particular copper wire will be connected to the battery. And what battery will do generally? Battery gives electrical flow into that. So to give electrical flow into that particular copper wire, we are using battery. That's it. Okay. So when current flow is there through this particular copper wire, then what happens is magnetic properties will be induced in it. Even though this copper wire and magnetic material may not be in touch with each other. Sometimes without touch also magnetic properties will be induced in it. Now let us take a magnet here, and around this magnet you know that magnetic field will be there. And if you take a magnetic substance very close to this magnet, what happens is this particular material gets some magnetic properties which are very small value, and that is called induced magnetic field. Okay, induced means either with a touch or without touch also. If magnetic properties are created in that will be called induction or induced actually. So now in electrical method, what happens? Electrical flow will be created, and thereby the iron or magnetic material will be get magnetized, and this method will be called electrical method. And in all these methods, you are making a magnetic material into a magnet, and all these methods are, just now I said, the temporary magnets. That means temporarily they will exhibit this particular property. And now how we can demagnetize it, so that's what we are going to learn here. And how we can demagnetize it? By heating the substances we can demagnetize them. So when we heat it, why it will demagnetize?
Due to the high heat or high temperature, maybe.
Okay.
Sir, I think that like demagnetization, you told that that every magnet has some sort of an atom, it's some sort of an atom specifically combined with each other, and I think when we heat that bond can break, and that is why that specific piece of magnet can also demagnetize, because those little atoms will also get separated from each other and demagnetized.
Okay. Sorry for the disturbance again. So let me start again. Right. So demagnetization you can do by heating a material, and when we heat it, what happens is, generally you know that every atom in a substance will behave like a magnet. And now whenever you are magnetizing, suppose first you take iron. Before magnetizing a iron, all small magnets whatever are there will be aligned in a different direction. In a random direction they will be. But when you magnetize it, what happens is, all the magnets whatever are there will be aligned in a particular direction. Thereby net magnetization will have some value. Almost all will align in a particular direction only. Okay. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Then I would like to ask something like you have
Yes,
told
sir.
now about the magnetization method and induction methods. Then I have heard that if we keep like a magnetic substance in the magnetic field of a magnet, then it would also get it would also be a temporary magnet, and if we take it from that, it would be it would be magnetized again. Is it true?
Yeah, definitely. No, just now that only I told. No, if you take a magnet, around it magnetic field will be, and into that if you keep any magnetic material, temporarily it gets magnetic properties, and after that if you remove from that magnetic field, again it will lose its magnetic properties. So temporary magnet, it will behave like a temporary magnet. Why? Because magnetic properties will be induced in it. So induced magnetic properties will be temporary there. Okay. Now let us learn about when we are heating it, what happens, why it will be demagnetized. Now see here, whenever magnetization is there, all the magnets whatever are there, just now I said, each and every atom act like a magnet. And suppose this is north pole, this is south pole, this is north pole, this is south pole, this is north pole, this is south pole. Now when we are not doing any process like a single touch method, double touch method, or electrical method, all the magnets will be aligned in a random manner like this. And because of that, what happens is, net magnetic property in this material will be zero. One will be cancelled with another. Now suppose north pole is there in this direction. One more one more small magnet will be there. Small magnetic atom will be there, which will be opposite to it. And effect of this magnet will be cancelled with this one. That means for every alignment, opposite alignment is possible when randomness is there. That's why net magnetic value will become 0. But when we rub it or when we induce the magnetic field into that, what happens is all the magnets in that particular material will align in a particular direction. Now this is North Pole, South Pole. All North Poles will be there one side, all South Poles will be there one side, and thereby the net magnetic property will be having very, very large value, and thereby it will be magnetized. So when magnetization we are doing, this will happen actually. And when we are heating this particular material, which is magnetized already, what happens is vibrations of that particular atom will increase. And maybe you know that every atom in a substance will execute simple harmonic motion. Do you know about it? Every atom.
Sir, what does it mean? I didn't get it.
Yes, sir, me neither.
Okay, let me say. Every atom in a substance will execute simple harmonic motion. Simple harmonic motion means vibratory motion, moving to and fro from mean position, like this. Always each and every atom go on vibrating like this. And here also every atom will vibrate and every atom will act like a magnet because of electrons are flowing in it. Now already I told you in previous session, in an atom centrally proton and neutron will be there, and around it electrons will revolve, and when electrons are revolving, flow of electron is there, and because of flow of electron, electricity will be there, and because of that electricity, magnetic property will be there for it. That's why check a magnet, and when each and every atom is behaving like a magnet, definitely north and south pole must be. And when magnetization is occurred in the material, all
Actually, I was not able to hear you for a while. While you were, I didn't get what you mean by this SHM.
Okay. Now you will get simple harmonic motion, whatever definition is there in your higher classes. But here you have to think simple harmonic motion is one type of a vibratory motion. Maybe you know about vibratory motion. Do you know? Vibratory motion.
Yes, sir, vibratory motion is a fast oscillatory motion.
Right, it is a oscillatory motion. So vibratory motion means oscillatory motion. That means moving to and fro like this, or moving to and fro like this, either upside or horizontal like this. Can you see me?
No, so we can't see you. We just can
Sir,
see
your
your
webcam is off.
Okay, 1 minute. Why this technical error is occurring today, I don't know. Right, can you see me now?
Yes, sir, I can see.
Yes, sir.
Right. So every atom which is there in a substance will oscillate to and fro from its mean position. That means either atom will oscillate like this or atom will oscillate like this. So every atom will go on oscillating. So that is called simple harmonic motion actually. And here whenever we are heating the substance, then what happens is these vibrations will increase. Now earlier when we are not heating it, then vibrations are there like this in a particular order or in a particular phase, it will be there like this. It go on moving like this. But when you are heating it, what happens is these vibrations will increase like this. Very rapidly they will vibrate. And when they are vibrating very rapidly, what happens is whatever this particular alignment is there, earlier I said like this. Now in this particular magnetic material, all north poles will be there one side and all south poles will be there one side, like this I told. And whenever vibrations are increased, what happens is few of the magnets will align in a different direction. Now this particular north and south pole will not be there like this because of the vibrations. Because of the vibrations, it changes its direction, and thereby what happens is it may lose some of the magnetic property. So that's why only what we can do is, by heating the object, we can create randomness in the object, and thereby we can demagnetize it. So the easiest method to demagnetize any magnetic material is nothing but by heating it. So by heating, we can demagnetize it. Why we can demagnetize it? Because randomness will increase in that particular material.
Sir, actually, I would like to ask something like, if we are heating it, how we can heat? Like, can we heat it in our usual gas stoves or putting in a vessel or something like that? Because, or how can we heat it? That's my question. Directly putting it into something. Or...
Right. You can heat it in any manner. That means you can put on the flame directly, or you can put it on some bowl and you can heat it. So it has to get some heat energy, whatever process it may be. So if you give heat energy, randomness will increase, and because of randomness, what happens? Randomness means what? Alignment of atom. That randomness will increase, and because of it, it will lost its magnetic property. This is one of the way to demagnetize it. And one more way is there. One more way is nothing but what we have to do is we have to hammer it for a number of times. We have to take
hammer it means, sir, what does it mean, hammer it?
What?
Hammer means what, sir? I don't know.
Hammering means beating.
Okay.
Go on beating like this. Now that hammer will be there. Now, do you know hammer? Some special instrument will be there.
Yes, sir, I know. I know. I know
right.
what
That particular hammer you have to take, and you have to keep magnet like this and go on beating like this, hammering it like this. And if you hammer for many number of times, what happens is this particular material will demagnetize. So by hammering or by heating, or one more method is there. What you have to do is you have to take this magnet and you have to drop it from some height on the hard surface for many number of times. And if you go on doing like that, generally what happens? It will demagnetize. In demagnetization, generally what happens? Alignment of this particular thing will be disturbed.
Sir, I would like to ask something. Like, if we put it, like we have to put it from a height. Then, if we put it from somewhat a height of 2-story building, one time is it enough for many times do we need to do?
Tell me again.
Like you told, putting the magnet from a height would demagnetize it. So,
right.
if
What you have to do is you have to take the magnet and you have to make it to fall from certain height. Not you have to keep there. You have to make it to fall on the hard surface. Hard surface. It must fall on the hard surface for many number of times. So if you go on doing like that, generally what happens? It can be demagnetized.
I'm asking that if the height increases, is there any like good things for it? Because
if your height increases, what happens is you can quickly demagnetize it. Why? Because if it is coming from certain height, velocity will be more. When velocity is more, if it is touching it, easily whatever this particular particular alignment is there, this particular alignment can be altered very easily. Okay. So if you drop from certain low height, you have to make it to fall for many number of times. If you are making it to fall from more height, maybe this process will be quicker than earlier one. Okay. So now again tell me, demagnetization, what methods are there?
Sir, 3 methods are there.
Beating and falling from height.
Right.
Beating and falling from height.
Okay. So you have to remember them. Now all these are magnetizing and demagnetizing methods. Now let us understand, while we are magnetizing any materials, what precautions to be taken. And see here, a few precautions are given. Repeat the rubbing of iron bar with the magnet always in the same direction. And already I told you, suppose if you are taking North pole in a single touch method. Always it must be north pole only must touch. So repeat the rubbing method with the same direction. You should not alter it. Suppose for some time, if you are rubbing like this for by north pole, and again if you change the pole, definitely it will not be magnetized. So this is one of the precaution which you have to take. Next one, lift the magnet. Lift the magnet clean of the iron bar at the end of each stroke and place the magnet at the starting end by lifting the magnet at a fair distance above the iron bar. Already I told you, you have to take like this and here start doing like this and here lift it and again bring it here and again keep here and drop here. So like this, always you have to do like this, but don't do like this. Like this, if you do, definitely it will be magnetized. Okay, tell me.
I got disconnected for a while. What were you explaining?
Is it Yeshika? Yeshika, your voice is not coming clearly. Tell me again, or else at least you give me a message. What is your problem? Is your voice is breaking or my voice is breaking? Your voice is also breaking. I'm not getting your sound clearly. At least message me, Yeshika. What is your doubt? Yeshika.
You are now.
Sir, actually, I didn't get the precautions while magnetization, the second property. Lift the magnet and clean off, that I didn't get.
Okay, Neha. Once you watch here. Now suppose this is a magnetic material which you want to make it as a magnet. Okay, can you see it? This is my mobile.
I can see it.
Okay, this is my mobile and you take treat this mobile as a magnetic material. Now what you do is take a magnet like this and north pole I am keeping like this. This is a north pole and I am keeping here and rub like this and lift it up here and again place here at the starting point. Again rub like this and lift it here. Again place here, rub like this and lift it up. That only said in that particular second point. Okay? And tell me, Yashika.
So I got disconnected for a while. So can you tell me what you were explaining?
Okay, Yashika, I am explaining about precautions while we are magnetizing a material. Okay? What precautions to be taken? So Neha, have you got my point?
Yes, sir.
Right.
I got one. Sir,
Okay.
the answer of this, can we put it in the chat box?
Sir, A part.
Again, tell me.
Sir, can we put the answer of this in the chat box? Because there are many people here.
You will give or I have to give?
No, I said we can answer it in the chat box.
Okay. So you give answers in a chat box. Very good. Right. So one question I kept there. Magnets are made by magnetizing a piece of which substance? Neha and Prajna already given answer. Others. Yashika, Fawaz, Anjali. Give me your answers.
Sir, Ridhima is also here.
Ridhima. Ridhima is not giving answers. I upload many times. But Ridhima is not giving answer. At least now, if she can listen, give me answer. Ridhima. Fawaz. Where is your answer? Yashika. Magnets are made by magnetizing a piece of very good magnetic substance. What do you mean by magnetic substance?
Metals like iron
That can
and
be affected by a magnet.
The materials which can be affected by the magnets are called magnetic substances. Which will not be affected by them will be called
Non-magnetic.
Non-magnetic substances.
non-magnetic substances. And can we magnetize a non-magnetic material like wood?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Right? So we can magnetize only magnetic substances. Okay.